Hey guys, it's Taylor. Today I'm going to show you how I get this makeup look super glowy using these two products and two new techniques that I've been trying. So let's get started. First technique I'm using is called underpainting. I saw it online and I'm going to take this Beauty Balm by Luxe Unfiltered. You can see it's like a bronzer. It's really light and I'm going to take it and do it kind of harsh on my forehead, cheeks, little on my nose. Then I'm going to take my brush and just kind of blend the edges. I want to keep it kind of harsh, like I said, because the whole purpose of this is to do it underneath your makeup so that it kind of glows from within. The reason I like to use a balm or cream is because I have super dry skin, and when you have dry skin, it's like an identity. Like, I have dry skin because if you have dry skin, you know it's so hard to find the right products. So I just really prefer creams, and I honestly feel like creams can work great for everyone if you find the right one. I'll do that first. You'll see it's pretty dark. And now I'm gonna take just a little bit of my concealer. I use the Ilia concealer, just a tiny bit under my eyes. I honestly like to use my fingers for a lot of makeup application. I just feel like it melts the product because of your body heat, and especially if you're using things that are really creamy and glowy, I just feel like it really blends the product into your skin. The whole point is you want your skin to still look like skin, which is actually one of Ilia, that brand. It's one of their mottos and I love it. Next thing I'm gonna do is use my foundation or BB cream. You guys, I cannot say enough good things about this. The Ilia Skin Tint Serum, it has SPF, it's super hydrating, it has hyaluronic acid. It just makes my skin look so glowy. Something would have to be pretty good for me to switch from using this. It's also buildable coverage. You can put a little more, layer it on if you want more coverage and add a little more concealer, or you can do it super light on a no makeup day. It's just great for all purpose. So I'll put it on my face, kind of in the T-zone area, and I'm kind of staying away from where I put that bronzer. I'm gonna take the same brush that I used with my bronzer, and I'm just gonna kind of blend it into it. With the Ilia Skin Tint, I'm just being careful not to like completely rub it in because it's so fine and it's more of like a BB cream serum in that way. I almost like it to kind of like almost sit on top of my skin because it melts in on its own. So I feel like if you rub it in a little bit too much, you're gonna feel like it just seeped in like a moisturizer. So I kind of just lightly blend it in. So you'll see already it's starting to kind of just look like a summer glow. So once I have that all blended in, I'll actually go back in with this and just add a little bit of a top layer. Not much at all. All right, so the second technique I've been doing is using my blush as almost an all-purpose one-stop shop. So I'm using the Ilia multi-stick in my favorite color is Ladybird, and I'll tell you why in a second when I explain this technique. So basically I'm putting this on my cheeks. I'm actually gonna put it on my nose, and I'm gonna put it a little bit on my forehead too. You could take this a step further and use it as your eyeshadow as well. I'm gonna just use this on my face for today. So the idea with this technique is that when you go out in the sun, where are the first places that you start to get a little bit of color on your skin, get a little bit of pink? It's usually your nose, your cheeks, your forehead. So you're kind of using that pink color to give you a little bit of a glow like you were just in the sun. And I love using that too. I just think it looks so natural, and it honestly makes your skin look a little bit more healthy in my opinion. Because if you have a little bit of color, your skin's really glowy, like you've drank a lot of water or came back from vacation. I mean, who doesn't want to look that way? The reason that I love this color so much, you'll see here, even on the sticker, it's kind of like it has like a reddish tint to it. I feel like that's what really makes it kind of look like a tan or a little bit of color from the sun. Okay, so you can see it kind of coming together already. All I've done is a few little face products and it already looks super glowy and healthy. I feel tan without having to, you know, scrape the powder bronzer and put it everywhere. I found that I like this so much better. So the next couple steps are just gonna be adding on to that. Next thing I'm using is this Tarte palette. It has some just like pretty neutral browns and pinks in it. I really like this as a highlighter, so I'll take that and I'll highlight under my brow on both sides, and then I'll highlight just a little bit above my cheeks, down my nose, above my lip, below my lip, and then the last thing I will do is I'll actually do just a tiny bit above my brows, and I feel like that helps give like an illusion of like lift. Because I wear lashes a lot of the time, I don't love to do a ton of eyeshadow, but I will take just like a neutral color and just put a teeny bit in the crease, just because I feel like it defines my eyes a little bit better. I have really big lids, or like the space between my brow bone and my actual eye is pretty large. So I feel like if I just leave it empty, it looks strange. I don't know, it's probably a personal problem. And then the last thing that I do is I also use this for my brows. So I'm gonna take, I usually mix these top two brown colors with a little bit of the dark brown. And my eyebrows are microbladed, but it's super old microblading. So it's kind of faded uneven. Like I have a lot of it on the top of this brow and a lot on the bottom of this brow. So I have to like even them back out. So I just use a little bit of the powder to kind of define in the areas that the microblading has faded. And I try not to make them look too dark. Because my next trick is my favorite part of my brow routine. I swear this next thing is what gets me all the compliments, and people are like, oh, well, you have really great brows. And I'm like, no, I don't. It's this trick. It's an illusion. I really don't have good brows. I was a victim of the early 2000s when, you know, you plucked the crap out of them and they were like little lines. So if you're a millennial, you're probably coming back from that as well. And if you haven't seen me do this before, you're probably thinking, what the heck? This is men's hair gel. It's called Got to Be Glued. The name is very important and fitting. I use this as like a brow wax because I've tried a billion of them and they don't stay on. They just slide off by the end of the day. And this is hair gel, so it gels the hairs in place and it just glues them, hence the name. Just take a little bit of this on my finger, barely any that you can't even see it on my finger. And then I just swipe up on the hairs there so that they look kind of wet almost. And then I just take a little spoolie and kind of glue them up in place. And I like that because it really defines the hairs. I don't have a lot of hairs, but they are thick and they are long. So as long as they're defined, my brows look really good. So I love that it kind of, like the gel kind of just enhances them, almost like a mascara would on your eyelashes. I kid you not, every time I pull up in the drive-thru to get coffee or I check out somewhere, people are always like, you have really pretty eyebrows. And I'm like, thank you, that means so much to me. Promise you, give it a try. I feel like it will change your face. I'm not even kidding. I feel like a whole new person when I do this. Now, the last thing that I do, there's two ways that I do this to kind of set everything. Because I prefer a really dewy, glowy, healthy looking skin, I don't like to set my makeup with powder at all. I pretty much never do that. I haven't ever been able to do that. Like I said, dry skin. If I'm going to set it and I really want to feel like it's gonna last all day, I will use a setting spray, or I will very, very, very lightly take a powder blush and just kind of finish off with that. My favorite setting spray is the hydrating one by MAC. I have even used that to refresh my makeup before I'm gonna go out. If I've had it on all night and I want to kind of touch it up but not completely redo it, I'll mist that all over and I can kind of refresh all my makeup and it just looks really good. So definitely try that if you haven't. And I will say, if you don't have dry skin, you might wanna play around with this. Maybe you do need a little powder with it. It is a lot more dewy, so it's very different. Keep that in mind if you do try this, but I really feel like once you get the hang of it, it just makes your skin look so healthy. I can't say enough good things about it. So I didn't bring my setting spray today, but I'm gonna show you. I have this really old random palette that I like the blush in. I basically need a new one because that one's gross. I'll spare you how it looks, but I'll just kind of like super lightly get almost everywhere. And then especially, I might go a little heavier on my neck with that powder blush in Chest just to kind of like blend everything down. And then also I should note that I recently did like a gradual tanner, so I'll go a little bit heavier with all these things on my face. I did tanning drops on my face, but if I hadn't done that, I would be a lot lighter with the underpainting and the blush technique. Okay, so you can kind of see now I need to do my hair because I can't show you the full makeup look picture. So let's do that really quick. What did I tell you? Much better with freshly styled hair. But here is the finished look. You can see my brows with that gel. So good. And I just love this look because, like I said, it makes it look like you came back from vacation, you drank a lot of water, you just have really healthy skin. I feel like it makes my face look awake and bright and happy. So it's just how I've been doing it these days and can't see myself really changing it anytime soon. Hope you guys liked it and that you'll give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you have any other questions or you want to see another video, leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. There'll be much more to come. If you want to see this hair tutorial, I have that on my page as well. And thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.